during the Jim Crow laws, they tried to maintain something like slavery, South, even before these laws made it difficult for black people to live there.
All right, y'all got a response? Okay, so we'll pick up with your response next week, okay? Thank you so much. Push your chair in quickly and quietly. Amante, do better than that. What do you know how to do? Go back and ask him to move. Come on, man. You're wearing a bow tie. What's up with that?
Then,
I know better than that.
the microphone.
Thank you.
Oh, you got a speaker.
Oh, come quietly. Not at all. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
This our last group?
Yep.
No.
All right. Gracias. Yes, sir. Gracias. Gra. Yes.
Can you talk? They're gonna come out.
This is a microphone, and it's helping my friend there hear what we're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we got work to do. Yes.
Hey.
What time is it? Let's do about 10 minutes. All right, let's get to work, folks.
Yeah, ma'am.
All right.
Make it 30 minutes.
So, you guys have already started doing your own independent reading of the Gold Cadillac, and we're reading the Gold Cadillac, but we're also combining that. We're doing a lot of thinking here. We're combining that with a study of Jim Crow laws, because we know that in this story, the setting, sit all the way down on your bottom, is during the time when Jim Crow laws were in place. Okay? So we've got this article here that are giving us information about Jim Crow laws, and we got this story that are also telling us about Jim Crow laws, but they're doing it in very different ways. So this story is what we would call narrative text.
What we'll call a narrative text.
What narrative? And this article, we're gonna get onto that. This article is informational. Now I know you can start figuring out already. If it's informational, what's the purpose of it? But first,
information about it.
Thank you, Ira. Let's start with the narrative. I know this will be review for you because you guys have studied narrative and informational text for a while. So just review and just go with it with me. When you have a narrative text, why do you think the author is writing this narrative story? Why? What are they trying to do? If an informational is to give us information, what could be the purpose of writing a narrative? Why would someone, you want to what?
Because a narrative is the story it can happen.
A narrative is going to tell us a story. Thanks, Ira. It's going to tell us a story. And just like you said, did that story happen for real or not?
Yeah. It could have.
It could have. But most times with our narratives that tell us a story, they are fiction. And we know, Adavia, what does fiction mean? Is it real or not real? It's
not
fiction.
Real.
Can we let Adavia speak, please?
Okay.
Stand on your hind parts, man. Say it again. He already said it, but say it again. It's not real. I like the way Desmond is sitting down nice and quiet, waiting for me. Sit down. Hold on. All right. So we know that we write a narrative to tell us a story. It's going to be fiction. What else do we know about narratives and stories? They often have what? Think about that. Narrative stories often have what?
They always have somebody telling the story. They always have a narrator.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. Sometimes they can have a narrator.
My sister.
Okay, so Amante is saying, okay, narrative stories, they have a narrator, but along with the narrator, they always have a main
character.
Yes. And if it's a story, then most stories, all narratives, they have that main character, and that main character is going to have a big old problem. Okay? So like in the Gold Cadillac, the problem is the daddy bought this car, but who doesn't like it? Mom, that's one problem. Next problem is they drive this gold Cadillac from to the south where we know
Where
Jim Crow laws are. That's a problem, okay? So, in every narrative, we know that there's a main character. That main character goes to the problem. And we always know that at the end of the story, the problem is solved. So there's a solution. Now, don't tell me how this problem is solved in this story yet. Don't tell me, because we're going to read about it. But we don't always have that with informational text. Now, we know that informational text, the purpose of it is to give us information.
Yes.
But do we have main characters when they give us information?
No.
No main characters.
But in the Go Cadillac is main character.
Yes. Okay, no main characters, no problem. Most times, no solution. Okay, but what does it have? Now, I'm going to give each of you an article. This is our informational text. I want you to look at the article. I don't want you to read the text yet, but look at the different parts. Look at how it's set up. We're trying to figure out what makes this informational. How is it set up differently than narrative? Okay, you take that one, and I just want you to quietly analyze. Amante, give that back to Desmond, please and thank you. Now pass that to Ira, please and thank you. Now this one is yours, and you say,
thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Now don't read it, Ira. I see you reading all the way.
I'm just looking at the picture for me.
Look at not only the pictures, but look at, we got some words in bold. We got like little chunks of words underneath the bold.
On this page, I see white sheep. They got.
We're doing this quietly. Bless you. You okay? You need tissue?
God bless you.
But look at how this is organized. This narrative. You see how it's just going across?
Yes.
All the way down? Do we see any bold words here?
No.
Now, one of the things I want you to notice that we have with most informational text, we know it's informational because it has subheadings. Adavia, put your finger on the words, what were the Jim Crow laws? In bold. Go back to the first page. Thank you very much. Come on, Amante. This is a subheading. Okay.
Subheading.
Now look, this subheading is right above this little paragraph. It's my turn. Now this subheading is here for a reason. The reason they put this subheading here is because it tells us what we're going to learn about.
And what you're going to read about.
What you're going to read and learn. Remember, when we have informational text, it's giving us information to learn. Okay? All right. So it tells us what we're going to learn about. So put your finger on the next subheading. What's the next subheading? What's the title?
Lack codes.
Lack codes. Okay, go to the next page. What's the next subheading? Ira, what's the next subheading?
Where the colors is for.
Okay, what's the next subheading? Amante.
Why are they called Jim Crow?
Is that YR or why were?
Why were they called Jim Crow?
Okay, put your finger on the next subheading. What's the next subheading? We did that one. What's the next one? This one. Let's read this together. Here are few examples. AW says aw. What word is that? Good job. That's the next subheading. All right. So now what we're going to get ready to do. Now, we are reading to figure all about the Jim Crow laws, and we're doing this section by section. Okay. So, you guys already read the first section. I want you to reread. Go back to the front of your article.
I beat you.
Thank you, Adavia, for doing that quietly. Go back to the first. Now, this first subheading, put your finger on it quietly. Put your finger on the first subheading. I just want you to read that first section independently by yourself. And here is the thinking question. All right, I'll let you read. Go ahead. Read.
Oh.
Come on, Adavia, we'll read together.
I'm going to do it together with you.
No, you're going to read independently by yourself like I asked you to. Thank you very much. All right.
Difficult to keep black and white people apart.
Remember that AW says all. So what word is that?
Many.
That's L. L says who. AW says all. Let's put it together. All laws. Okay. Start here. Here, Jim. Okay.
I read that.
Amante, thank you so much for reading. Sit down quietly so other people can read. Now go back and reread it again because there's something we're going to be thinking about as we read. And sometimes if you read too fast, you miss it. I don't want you to miss it. So here's the first thinking question. It says, nope. It says, I know Jim Crow laws were blank because blank.
Okay.
Everybody come to a stop.
Jim Crow bad because white.
What? Because what does the text say? Oh, Iris says he knows. He's learning that the Jim Crow laws were bad, and they were bad because. How does the text help you know that they were bad?
Because black people can't go to transportation, restaurants, restrooms. They also difficult for black people to vote.
Okay, good. That's one way that makes them bad. What else are you learning about Jim Crow laws?
I learned about
wait. Listen to my sentence then. I know Jim Crow laws were blank because blank.
I think they were mean because I think it was mean because it says it in here.
What does it say that makes you think they were mean?
Because they said they also made it difficult for black people to vote.
Okay, and that's pretty mean, ain't it?
Yeah, man, because if white people get to go vote, black people got to go vote too.
That is true. I agree. Couldn't agree with you more. David, how about you give it a try? Jim Crow laws were blank. What were they to you? We already said they were mean, they were bad. What would you say? They were, some people have said they were unfair. Some people have said they were racist. What would you say? Terrible. What would you say? They were bad, okay, because blank. So what in the text, what are you learning that makes you think they were bad? Did it say it kept black and white apart? What are you thinking? So I know Jim Crow laws were bad because
You can do it.
Good job. Were what? Were they separated, segregated?
Segregated.
Okay, so say because black and white people were segregated.
Can you give us a piece of paper?
All right, Desmond, you get the final word. Finish this out.
No, Jim Crow
What do you knowing mean?
because to keep black and white apart.
Good job, very good. All right, stand up.
Next one.
Huh?
Get this to him. Next of them.
The next one were related to. Sit down. We're related to.
Turn around.
No. Put your chairs in. Collect my articles for me and put them in my hand.
Turn around.
Now, your fingers are not should be touching that, and I'm not. Look at me. I'm not gonna tell you again. Look at me. I'm not gonna tell you again. Understand? Okay.
I really like them things.
I do, but I know you do, but when I give you a set of directions, I expect you to follow it because I know you're perfectly capable.
What last one?
Well, we got to read more about the black codes next.
We don't have no clue.
Okay, I'm looking for groups that are ready to come to your seats. I haven't told you to move. Oh, this group right here is sounding great. They're nice and quiet. Chairs are pushed in. They're looking good. They're smiling. They have a good time. Okay, this group, go to your seats. Let me see. Adavia is representing this group well. She's smiling. Chair pushed in. She's quiet. I got my chair pushed in. Okay, this group, go to your seats. You know what? You are so helpful. I love it. You know how you can help me?
Okay.
This last group, you guys got to get it together back there. I want you quiet. Want those seats, chairs pushed in quietly.
Here you go.
Miss Hutton, are they ready? Do they sound ready?
They don't sound ready.
No, they don't. We'll give them a chance. Go ahead. Go to your seats. Nice and quietly. I'm watching you.
You got it?
All right. What I'm looking for now is I'm looking for you to get out whatever book you've been reading. So Terry was right on the money. I want you to quietly look in that desk and get out whatever book you've been reading. If you don't have a book you've been reading in your desk, that's fine. Sit down. We'll take care of it later.
You had to get out a book. What do you think you need to be doing?
Up, you should not be up because I don't think any of my directions said get up. Let me repeat my directions. My directions said get out a book that you've been reading in your desk. If you don't have a book, fine, we'll take care of that. We'll get you a book. If you don't have a book, the way that I want you to let me know that is by sitting quietly with your hand raised. What's up, Tavares? Okay, so what do you need to be asking me? Let us go over, let's set our goal. Oh, you should read it. I didn't ask you to get up. Go sit down. Go sit down. Thank you. Go sit down. Thank you. All right, guys. I know you guys have been doing lots of reading, but I haven't been here, so we got to get caught up. Now, one of the things we already learned is that good readers set goals. Okay, so we have been working hard. When I was here, we were working hard, setting goals for how long we want to read. And it looks like on the bar graph, we got up to minutes. I think that's great. Okay? It's fall. Now we're in the winter, so I'm going to have to recreate another week. So let's think. We read for 10 minutes straight. I mean, good reading. Good. Everybody was engaged in their book. Nobody was up. Nobody was wandering around. Nobody was looking around. Everybody was involved in some good reading. People were writing down what they were thinking. They were writing down words they saw. I mean, we did 10 good minutes of good reading for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks straight. And I know you've done more than that since I've been gone. So, to get back into our goal, I want us to set a goal to do 10 minutes of good